You thought it's over. You had the late night tears, the why didn't it work out conversations and questions with your best friends, and maybe even a post breakup glow up, right? But then out of nowhere, he starts creeping back into your life. Maybe it's a random text, comment on your Instagram post, or the classic accidental run into each other at a coffee shop. So the question is this: is he genuinely coming back, or is this just a moment of nostalgia fueled by loneliness? Today I'm breaking down 4 clear signs he's making his way back into your life. And then let's figure out if this is the rekindling of a connection or just a repeat of the old patterns. The first one: he starts reaching out, but in very small, subtle ways. Let's talk about these innocent texts and calls. He suddenly is popping into with like, hey, how have you been? Or, he's sending you this random meme that reminds him of an inside joke that once you guys shared. It's not a declaration of love, but it's enough to get your attention, right? This is called breadcrumbing. It's a way for him to test the waters without fully putting himself out there of like, I want to come back. He's trying to gauge your reactions, whether you're cold, friendly, warm, open, and interested in reconnecting. He might send you this song that says like, this came on and I immediately thought of you. Subtle but intentional. If this happens constantly, it's a strong sign he's thinking about you and considering making a move. Don't overanalyze a single text for once. But if he's making repeated attempts to engage with you, he's likely trying to re-establish a connection. So keep your responses balanced. Be kind, but don't dive in head first. Let him show his intentions more clearly.
Ladies, stop chasing men. Even when he pulls back or loses interest, or you feel like he's slipping away from you, what you do in that moment can make all the difference between him feeling like you just like all the other women he's ever met, or it can make him realize and feel you're so unique and special, and exactly the type of woman he wants something real with. Something he wants to build with, causing him to chase you, to invest in you, and prove to you that he is the right man for you. You know, there's this 12-word text message that you can send to a man that gets his attention almost immediately and makes him realize that it was a mistake to pull away from you in the first place. If you want to find out what that 12-word text message is, then I highly recommend you check out this brand new video that I created for you. I linked it in the description below. Just click the link, and now let's go back to the video.
Second one, he brings up old memories. Out of the blue, he's reminiscing about, the good times you guys shared. Remember that road trip we took, back in time? Or something like, I saw someone eating your favorite dessert today and it made me think of you. This isn't just small talk, it's nostalgia in action. When someone brings up these shared memories, they're reconnecting with the positive emotions tied to those experiences. Psychologically, it's a sign of, that he's revisiting your relationship in his mind and possibly realizing what he's lost. And here's why this matters. If he's constantly referencing happy memories, it's not random. It's planting seeds to remind you of the connection that you guys once had. But remember, nostalgia alone isn't enough. Pay attention to whether he's backing it up with genuine effort and action to rebuild trust and connection. So what you should do is to engage in the conversations, but don't let yourself get swept up in the past. Acknowledge the memories. Keep the focus on the present though. If he's serious about coming back, he'll take actions beyond just reminiscing and having a little chit chat on like WhatsApp or something. The third point, he asks about your life in a genuine way. This is a big one actually. If he's asking real questions like how you've been, what's been happening in your life, what's new, or even about like your dating life, it's a sign he's emotionally invested. It's one thing to send a casual hey, but if he's curious about like how you're actually doing on a deeper level, like how's your heart feeling, he's likely to try to reestablish that emotional connection. And this shows he's not just thinking about you, but also considering whether there's still room for him in your life. It's his way of gauging whether you've moved on completely or if there's a chance for a reconciliation. He might ask things like, how's work going? Did you ever get that promotion you were working so hard for? Or, I saw you went to Paris. How was the trip? These aren't just polite questions to start a chit chat. These are very intentional moments of effort to reopen the door to your life and see how does he fit in there. And so be honest, about where you're at. But don't give away too much too soon. A little bit of mystery at this point is good. Let him show you whether his curiosity is really backed up by action and the desire to reconnect, or if it's just like this fleeting interest for whatever kind of reason we might not even know. All right, now let's come to the fourth one. He apologizes and acknowledges his past mistakes. It's probably the ultimate sign that he's serious about coming back and wants to clear out the things that haven't been cleared out. If he's reaching out to own up to his mistakes, apologizes for his things, that, how he has contributed to things, or reflected on what went wrong, it means he's done, some soul searching. For example, he might say things like, hey, I've been thinking a lot about us, and I realized I could have handled things so much better. I could have showed up better, and I regret how I acted, and I wanted to make things right, and I wanted to apologize and really own up to my bullshit. This kind of behavior indicates growth and accountability. He's not just reaching out because he's lonely or nostalgic. He's taking responsibility for his part in the breakup, and he's showing you a willingness to do better because now he's at least already owning up to it and doing the first steps to making things right. So if you're open to the idea of reconciling, let him explain himself. Listen to what he has to say, but also take the time to reflect on whether his words align with his actions. And an apology is a great start, don't get me wrong, but true change comes from consistent effort over time. So these four signs, I think, are very, very beautiful ones to identify if someone is coming back and why are they coming back and what are the deeper intentions behind it. So while these behaviors can be exciting, it's important to also step back and ask yourself, why is he coming back? Is it because he's genuinely grown and ready to build something better? Or is it because he's lonely and looking for a temporary fix and some attention? At the end of the day, you deserve a relationship that feels mutual, respectful, and secure. If he's coming back, make sure it's for the right reasons. Not just for him to come back, but also for you to go back into this. And then, are you really going to build a future together? So, have you been in a relationship where there's this on and off, a little bit of this cycle? Like you break up, and it takes a little of time, and then you come back together. And actually, since you got back together, it's so much better, but maybe not. I would love to understand a little bit more, what are your typical dynamics that you encounter with ex-partners? Let me know in the comments. Drop it in there. Let's start the conversation. Let's have an open debate about this and get to know each other. Really looking forward to this. Sending you so much love, and thank you for watching this video.